the moves that this guy was making, he does not want to give up. And again, officers having this tense standoff here, and the entire freeway shut down in the downtown area.
Stu, maybe you mentioned it, or maybe you didn't, but why is that passenger door open?
You know, that's a good question. Maybe he opened it up at one time. It looks like there's a lot of damage on the Jaguar on the driver's side. You can see like the door is almost propped open right there. We don't want to get too tight on there in case this does turn out to be a shootout. But again, maybe he popped that door open at one point to talk to the officers or yell at the officers. Again, we don't know exactly what's on there.
Why were we chasing him to begin with?
But again, we know that this it's a tense standoff. Officers know that this guy is armed and dangerous, and not willing to comply with officers.
Yeah, I was just asking you, Stu, and I got the answer. It began as a reckless driving call, and it began, as you said, in Baldwin Park. This all came to an end because he ran into that car in front of him?
That's the way it looks. It definitely sounds like we heard them. Like I said, we were in trail trying to catch up to it. We heard the officer saying that the suspect's vehicle TC'd, and then the standoff began. Again, we're pretty sure that the vehicle that the suspect's vehicle is that Jaguar right there. The silver vehicle would be the civilian. And again, everybody has their guns drawn. You can still see very tense moments down there for those officers. They are all standing out there. Their guns are out. And again, you can only imagine that they're talking to this guy, giving him the opportunity to give up and asking him to step out of the vehicle. But again, no compliance at this time.
You know, from the looks of it here, it looks like the wheels on the left side, the front and back wheels are completely off. He possibly could have lost control and then ran into that car ahead of him, and that's how it ended right here. How is traffic, or what's going on the other side of the freeway? Can you pull out and show us?
Oh, definitely. And, you know, they shut it down because of the safety issues. They don't know if this guy is armed. They don't want to have a shootout and have stray bullets. But you can see right there, this is the 101 coming down through there, and it's completely stopped. And this is the opposing traffic. Then the traffic behind it, obviously, also coming to a complete stop. Officers did run a break as soon as this did come to an end. And we understand that they are taking them off at other exits and allowing them to do their thing. We got somebody coming out there. I don't know if that is the suspect, perhaps, or that was definitely the suspect.
Goodness.
They tased. Those are non-lethal rounds. They just tased this guy, and they're still tasing him right there. And obviously not complying, totally not listening or doing any of the commands. So again, I have to apologize. I understood that the Jaguar was the suspect vehicle, but it was the silver vehicle was
the car in front of him.
Officers now. Yeah, now they're taking him into custody. So that would have answered your question as well on why that door was open. That probably was those people escaping the dangerous situation. But officers now taking him into custody after they tased him here on the 101 freeway. They're doing that. They're swarming him right there. Non-lethal rounds. So they're bringing this to an end as civilly as they could possibly do it there, not shooting that armed and dangerous suspect.
Well, I have to say, that's quite impressive because he looked quite aggressive to me when he got out of the car. And even when they shot him, he seemed to keep coming forward a little bit.
There he is as they pick him off the ground and take him into custody there.
Yeah, that could have ended a lot worse for him.
Yeah, I mean, it's so tricky for these officers out there on the scene who, you know, they face this every single day. These dangerous suspects who are wielding guns. You never know what's going to happen. And thank goodness this came to a peaceful ending.
Yeah, definitely, and again, they're probably going to be calling for an RA here very shortly. But you saw that also when they tased him, he didn't actually go down. They must have tased him once or twice, and then finally he hit the ground. So again, very aggressive.
Wow,
He's still fighting with the officers there.
And he's a big guy.
As he's in custody. Yes. And officers, obviously, they have the advantage now. He's handcuffed, and also they have the numbers down there. But I'm sure they're going to be calling for an ambulance, and hopefully they'll be opening up the freeway soon to let the citizens go through continue on with their day. But again, a very good end to what could have been a very dangerous situation here on the 101 freeway.
He's not going quietly. It looks like they did clear the car too, so there are no other passengers in that car.
You know, what's really interesting is that the lead car, the car that the suspect was in, he was in that silver car. The car behind him, look at that. The wheels are completely blown out on that car. I just wonder what happened. And as we had mentioned, you know, the passenger door open. Let's go ahead and see the ending. There we go.
On the right.
On the right side of your screen. This guy is combative.
Suspect is tased. He's still getting up, moving around.
Yeah.
They hit him another
He's
time.
fighting.
And he did not.
He won't stay
Did not
down.
want to give up.
No.
Yeah, but again, you can see he's still very combative. Many officers down there holding him and looking at. We're just looking around, seeing if any of the ambulances are
There's
arriving
like
at the scene.
4 officers
They're still holding him down there. I mean, he's
because
still giving them a hard time there behind the squad car there.
And then, you know, one of those other officers right there, you can see that he's got that's one of the non-lethal rounds. That might have been a beanbag. I'm actually getting information now that they might have been using a beanbag, non-lethal beanbag round to take him down. But I heard the word taser out there also, but unsure. Maybe they hit him with both. It's still very unclear. But again, it barely subdued him. It got him to the ground enough for officers to take him down.
That's it on the right.
But he got right back
definitely,
up.
The right of
Yeah,
your screen,
definitely.
we're showing it again, and he was tased at least a couple of times. This was a driver who was being chased for reckless driving in a pursuit that began in Baldwin Park. It has ended in downtown L.A. And you're on the 101, correct, Stu?
Oh, definitely. We're at the 101, just north of downtown, right before the 110 split. And again, all the lanes still shut down. Even though they do have him in custody, there are still officers in the opposing lanes. They're going to clear those officers out of there and hopefully get at least one side of the traffic opening up, and then clear off this accident and start letting the northbound 101 traffic start moving again as well. But again, it's just coming to an end here, and officers, CHP doing a great job there getting that guy into custody.